Hey, welcome Twitch. Back for another week with our D&D campaign. I think we're updated. It's week 86. We're getting up there. We're getting old. And yeah, we're gonna do some quick introductions, and then we're gonna dive back into the action with our huge party that we have now. Allison, why don't you tell Travis what Blue Apron is?
Oh, okay. So yeah, as I was saying before we were on air, I got something new called Blue Apron, which is basically like a food delivery service where they send you prepackaged ingredients and stuff, and you make a meal from it. So if you have me on Twitter, you can go see the photos I posted. But I basically made a new meal that was like different than probably anything I've ever made myself. And kind of like pushed me out of my food comfort zone of cooking. So I made this delicious meal, and it was amazing. But it's basically like 3 different meals with 2 portions for each meal, and you make them during the week. Each week they send you a new box, or you can cancel it or whatever.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So 6 meals in total.
Yeah,
per
and
box.
for me, like as a single person, it's like super easy because I can have one for dinner, and then like the next day I can eat it again, or I can have it a couple days later. Most of the stuff seems like it would last pretty okay, a couple days. Or I could just bring it for lunch the next day at work. So I figured it'll help me keep food waste down, because like not much comes pre-portioned for one person when buying it in the store. So that's why I got that. Other than that, real quick update is I get my bonus this week at work, so that means I already started planning out the upgrades to my computer so I can start streaming on my own.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I have a tentative build, as far as I know. May or may not add tweaks to that, but I will be purchasing stuff probably this weekend.
Nice. So are you using one PC to stream and the other to run the game?
No, I'm not having 2. I'm having 1.
Single.
I'm
Okay, it's
basically
just
upgrading everything except for my 970 and my SSD.
Okay.
Everything else is going because it's 2 years old and I didn't plan ahead for upgrades.
Are you getting a new motherboard, or are you just upgrading?
Yeah, I'm getting a new motherboard because I'm gonna get like a really nice i5 or i7, and my motherboard is just not. It would just like why would I keep this shitty old motherboard when I got everything else brand new? Like let me use my old motherboard with my $350.
Yeah, you kind of need new motherboards too. Like a lot of the newer processors, like nope, won't work.
Yeah, actually, when I was putting things together on PC Part Picker, it didn't even have a listing for my motherboard. Like you couldn't go, like it didn't have a price. Like you couldn't go.
And it's only 2 years old. Wow.
Yeah, well, it's probably older than that because when I bought it, I had to buy slightly older technology because I was on a super tight budget. So yeah.
So
Isn't adulthood and financial freedom fun?
Yeah, it's much easier now. Yeah. So there's that. That's my life right now. And Pokemon. I was in the news, which I linked you guys into the Skype chat. I was, well, not on the news, but like the local news, whatever, like wrote an article and included my tweet about like there's apparently a Pokemon gym in the Pentagon, like in the center of the Pentagon. And
nice.
I made a tweet like, I'll be right back, gonna go get a Fed job with the DoD so I can work at the Pentagon.
Wow.
And they
WJLA too, ABC7.
They quoted my tweet, so I was like, oh gosh, that's hilarious.
No, can we just like, because that's a great segue, can we just assume that everything I did this weekend was Pokemon related, and then we just really don't have to talk anymore?
Surprisingly, I didn't. I like went swimming and like.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't even have Pokemon Go yet.
Yeah, it's because you're in
You
like.
should. No, it's available.
No.
in Australia.
As in,
It was out there.
I just haven't been bothered to swap to a phone that could actually run it.
That's
Yeah.
I have one literally next to me that I could go to. I just haven't done it.
Yeah, my buddy's girlfriend has an older model iPhone that just doesn't have enough memory to store it. And I'm like, what? Like, are you talking on a brick? Come on! But no, I got out and about and did a lot of Pokemon hunting this weekend. A friend and I actually went out to our local zoo. which is an awesome zoo. I've got some cool pictures of the giraffes and the bison there, and badgers as well. But one of the main reasons we went was the zoo is right on some water, and it has a shit ton of Pokestops. Each of the displays at the zoo has a statue of the animal, and each one of the statues is a Pokestop. So
no way.
It's
I'm
just
jelly.
we went there yesterday, and people dropped lures on 3 of the stops right next to each other.
Jealous.
So we literally just walked between 3 exhibits for 45 minutes and just raked in the beetles. It was great.
We raked in the weeds.
It was actually more Bulbasaurs, technically.
Zubats everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
My
man.
house is Rattata Central.
Yep, and I'm not gonna lie, I hatched my first egg ever. It was a 10K egg, and it was an Aerodactyl.
Hey, nice. I'm so close to hatching my first egg.
I'm so addicted. Yeah, the 2 kilometers gave me a Pidgey and a Rattata, and I'm like, why can't I throw these eggs away? But yeah, the 10K gave me an Aerodactyl first go, and I'm like, fuck, I'm hooked.
So I've definitely been going a lot more than that, or walking a lot more, because I've hatched 2 or 3 5K eggs and
Wow.
a couple 2K eggs. I mean, you get a high enough level and they give you another incubator, so that helps. But
Yeah.
so much
is it just
Pokemon.
Generation 1? Or
What's that, Josh?
It's all Gen 1.
is it
Yeah.
just Generation
Just
1?
Gen 1.
Yep.
Thank goodness.
Which-
'cause
which
I can't deal with these,
Keep it that way,
really
Nintendo.
things.
Keep it that
No,
No, they're
absolutely.
gonna
I don't give a
expand it
fuck.
eventually.
Give me more
No.
Pokemon to find. I don't give a fuck.
Give me
No, no, no.
Chinchou or give me Death, damn it.
Yeah,
Just give me the
great.
new ones.
It's great because they're raking in all the 25 to 30-year-olds like us that are oh, I remember all of these. It's great. It's brilliant. I can't believe how
the
much
number of people when we go out that we see. Okay, so first of all, I also hey, Kevin, can I jump in here and give my update, because it's all Pokemon.
Do it.
I'm done.
Do it.
Yeah, Pokemon. I've been
That's what I did.
house.
Pokemon
We're
on
still house
GTFO,
hunting.
man.
So I don't know if you guys know this, Kevin. Do you know this? We're house hunting, Audrey and I.
What?
I did not.
Yes. So, but
Yeah.
that's boring until it becomes something. So.
I hear you.
Yeah, dude. So we went to the National Zoo with Tristan on Saturday. Apparently, most zoos are actually safari zones, so you can catch any Pokemon there if you're level enough, or at least.
Wait. The
So
zoo
I looked
zone?
up online, and I was trying to figure out where you find certain types of Pokemon, right?
Mhm.
Because I haven't found any rock yet, and I was like, why haven't I found a rock Pokemon yet?
Yeah.
I'm not in an urban enough area. So apparently, extremely populated areas or frequently visited areas, like a major city zoo, are placed into safari zone. So they are essentially
Hot spots.
sorry, beeping in my ear. Yeah, so you can find a lot more varieties of Pokemon, even if there aren't the natural environments there. My 5K hatched a Squirtle today, which I already had one, but that was nice. But that's the best I've gotten out of an egg. I did go yesterday on Sunday with my sister and my lovely wife and my cranky baby, and we walked in my parents' neighborhood to the local Jewish community center, which was the closest gym, which was Red Run, and I was this Team Mystic. I wasn't having any of that shit, and I sat down.
Fuck
and
yeah, Mystic.
I dominated them with my lesser lineup, but more well-balanced in terms of abilities, and I was a victim of the bug. The bug where you can't kill. There's a major bug where oftentimes...
Oh, yeah, it's like 1 hit point or something bug.
Yeah, the last
Yeah.
Pokemon will never go below 1 hit point, so you just can't win against it.
Yeah,
I took
don't
out
know
an
Pokemon
entire
Go,
level
even though I've
4
heard
G
about that.
myself, and nothing happened. But other than that, lots of Pokemon.
Well,
So-
I just gotta say good because I'm Team Valor. So.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
okay,
Team Mystic.
there's yellow, green, red.
Mystic, fuck yeah.
So, yellow, blue, and red. Which one's which?
Mystic is
Uh,
blue.
Mystic is blue. And
The
is
only
best.
one you should care about.
Why did you guys all join
right?
Mystic together?
What did you say, Jimmy?
You went Team Mystic, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
duh, of course.
Yep.
Valor, man.
Heaven,
Valor.
readjust, man. Start over. Delete your
Valor.
account.
Delete your account.
Get out of here.
Delete your account.
Get out of here, Valor.
Just
So,
Valor
jump off
behind
the
us.
so I'll
Right
do a quick Pokemon Go segment and then something else, and we'll dive back in. So my funny story about Pokemon Go is there is a store around my neighborhood. I think it's like a store for teachers. It's called like math and stuff. I think it's just like classroom supplies. Anyways, but they have like this old school marquee out front. And yesterday we were walking by it to go to dinner, and the marquee says, "We are now a Pokestop."
Yeah. I saw an article talking about that, like how you know, what good ways would be to kind of embrace it.
Yeah.
Because it compared like a Dairy Queen or whatever that's like Pokestops are for paying customers only. And then it showed like a custom clothing store, which is like, hey, want to stop in and get some cool threads while hunting Pokemon? Come in here. We drop a lure every hour or something.
Yeah, I've been reading about that.
Dude,
Hey,
that is
this
such a
is
good
dropping
idea.
lures to
They
get
have to
people
pay
to
money
come.
for that.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's pretty
That's
cool.
so brilliant. Also, we were reading a legit article that was talking about how this might be a really good thing for people with depression, because one of the boundaries to depression, the first thing is just go outside and do something. Just go outside. And the fact that so many people are taking advantage of it
I have seen
is cool.
I've seen so on that same walk, I was walking dinner with Lindsay and my girlfriend, and she was making fun of me. She's like, "Why are you have your phone out doing Pokemon stuff?" I'm like, "I don't know. We're walking to the restaurant." And no joke, on the way there, which is like a 7-minute walk, I saw 4 people walking around with their phones out catching Pokemon. And we're like, "Oh, cool.
That's
what'd you
it?
find?" I mean, it's like 2 blocks down the street to the restaurant.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah,
Jeez.
but no, that's what it was like at the zoo yesterday. There was just everyone's talking like, "Oh my God, there are 3 lures right here," and we're like, my friend and I are just talking to the random people like, "Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah,
this
it's
is so cool."
like I know there's popular games, but I've never had a game with this much presence where you just go out and people are you talk around
and you just see people, and you know people who are just walking along, looking at their phone. You're like, that person's playing the game. Like if they're just you can tell if they're texting or whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And with if you got a Pokestop at a bar, I would milk that shit. Like drop lures every hour and be like, "Come in, have a drink, get free Pokemon." It would be so good for business like that, where you can just have people come and sit and drink.
So yeah, while we're waiting
while
we're waiting on Josh to get back, the other story I was relaying.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, turn your camera.
Oh, your camera's not
Yours
on.
is off.
My camera should be on.
Yeah, Jimmy and Josh cameras are off right now.
Oh yeah, I turned mine off because Team Valor. Yeah, get the hell out. No. The other thing we saw was apparently some guy's house was apparently made into a Pokemon gym, and he got interviewed. News reported on him because he was like, "There's all these people outside of my house. I want them to go away now."
It's funny. There was a gym on. It's people put up these little libraries, which are about just a bit bigger than a mailbox.
Yeah.
In their yard. And every one I've seen in Madison has a Pokestop or a gym on it. And one had a gym when we were walking back from the zoo, and I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of clever."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of algorithm they use to do that, because they're pretty well-known things.
It's the same company that made Ingress, which is basically the same thing. It's the
but not Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, because I have those same little libraries, and what makes this a stop versus this a gym, or what makes this an actual stop versus just a landmark?
They pick some odd
curious.
stops or gyms.
Yeah.
Every single metro here is a gym.
Yeah.
So after dinner, we went to one of the metro stops and sat around that. There were lures there, and there's a gym there. People fighting over.
Yeah, I was just curious, how they interpret that, because on our work campus, there's running paths with running signs, this way for this trail, and each one of those running signs is a Pokestop.
Yeah, I think generally they keep the bigger buildings as gyms. So the church right next to me is a gym, and the grocery store down the street is one. That's why I was surprised to see this little library thing was an actual gym and not just a stop. All the other ones I've seen are stops. So
Nice.
But yeah, it's either way, it's a really cool use of like geocaching and awesome encouragement to get people out walking. Like, I'm curious to see what winter is like because
oh god,
the craze itself will die down by then too. It's 4 months away or whatever.
They have so many features they're gonna roll out. It's gonna.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna keep
I
going
feel
for a
like.
while.
And they made something like $1.6 million a day over the weekend. I feel like, of course, that's going to drop off. But if they do the continual rollouts of next generation Pokemon, trade with your friends, battle your friends.
Yo, someone better trade me a fucking Ponyta, or else I'm gonna be so upset because that's or a Ninetales. Those are the only two I want, and I can't fucking find them.
Emerald got a Growlithe, and I'm super jealous.
If anything, it's just like getting people pumped about Pokemon. They're gonna sell a lot more Sun and Moon games when they come out. Like,
it's like it's brilliant. It's whoever thought of this. I hope they made their percentage of the money off of it. Because
Jesus, Nintendo's stock went up like 10%.
It's at 25% up now since it came out.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy stuff.
Yep.
Alright, cool. Well, we're not playing Pokemon, playing some D&D.
No, we're not.
So, Travis...
Another World of Fantasy. Let's go.
Another World of Fantasy where we actually kill the creatures, not make them faint.
Yeah, you didn't make the last things faint. So first things first, a little bookkeeping. So I know it's been a while since I've updated us on this kind of stuff, but I have updated the kill list. That is a handout. Yeah, it's a handout within our Roll20 campaign, and I've also gone through and calculated some XP. So that's something, which is why I asked if everyone has a link to their character sheet. If you do, please bring it up. If you don't, let me know.
I misread that. I thought you said, does anyone need one? And I misread that. Whoops.
No, so I can pull up your link right away.
Oh,
I have a link.
Okay.
No, I don't need them from you. I'm asking
You've updated them. You've got them updated, guys.
Yeah. So I haven't updated your character sheets, which you will all do now. When I tell you that your XP is sitting at, you are all currently at 44,054, which means that we should try and
we should just kill a random. Like how many random commoners does it take to get enough experience?
You get 0 XP from something that's not a threat to you.
But what if we start a fight and they become a threat? Come on, Travis.
So I don't think any of them are secretly level 20 wizards. Or a dragon.
We'll just kill gods because gods can stab
huge
bar
fight.
Travis, real question.
Yes.
So I just changed my current XP and it changed my next level XP.
Yeah, that's because it's calculating based off Pathfinder. Just change it back to 45,000.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, can you repeat what the current XP was supposed to be? I had to log in.
44054.
4485.
Even better.
485.
Yeah.
We literally are 150 points away.
146.
Yep. Yeah, and that does include role-playing XP. So, for example, you guys got 450 XP for fighting the cave troll underground, whereas you earn 750 each for the negotiations with the Marquise.
Again.
Which didn't go that well, but hey.
It seemed to go pretty well.
I mean, we didn't die. Pretty good.
I was pissed you guys rolled so well and got
we're still
off
alive.
So wait, Travis, how much was the 750 for the Marquise?
Yep, it was
so
750.
Call that 750 each. So that would be, let me pull up a handy dandy.
Among the group.
750 times 3,000 divided by the 1,000 gold it costs us is at 3 gold per XP. That's kind of the rate. Because it cost us a platinum or 100 platinum.
Hey,
you give up,
you guys didn't negotiate for the best price. So, anyway,
so 30 gold per XP point. That's the price of that.
There you go. You cannot buy XP though. Anyway, so getting back into things. So you guys have been building up quite the group lately. Last we left off, our intrepid adventurers had been on their way to Tamrin's Fall. And there is where... Caben, who did you run into?
Oh, man. Flipperell? I don't have my notes up right now.
Filverell.
You should get them up where you're playing, buddy. Yeah, you ran into Filverell, an old elven fling of yours, and you discovered...
She's pregnant.
She is...
The jury's still out. I'm waiting for the Mari test result.
Yeah. Yeah, Wizard Mori Povich. Yeah, so you met up with her. Meanwhile, Nina, I think you were singing, trying to entertain people in the tavern that you guys were staying at. Durian, you were just kind of chilling in your room and kind of discussing things with Walter, your new jeweler friend.
Didn't I identify something?
Yes, you did. You identified... I'll have to look what you identified.
It was
here.
the pendant, wasn't it?
Yes, you identified that the pendant you found was a Bloodlink amulet, a little piece of drow hardware, which I think you said you tucked in your shirt, right? You kept it on you? Awesome. And you still have some gauntlets that you haven't worked on yet. And Buck, what did you do during our last session?
I went to 100 Ways of Quinoa with crap, shit, what's her name? Shoshana. And it was awkward, and I tried to let her pay for her meal, and then she did, and then I tried to give it back to her, and then she got mad at me, and now we're fighting apparently, and Buck doesn't understand why. So Shoshana went and told people who Buck doesn't know. No, Buck knows, because Nina yelled at Buck. And Buck's now just confused and was, I believe, last having a drink with Caben because we were both just like, this is stupid.
Yeah. So when we left off last session, you guys were riding out of Tamrin's Fall toward Frieden's Bluff, one stop before the capital. So that's where I think we'll pick up this session. You guys are making your way toward Frieden's Bluff. Everyone's on horseback. I think Filverell was riding with you, Caben, right?
Oh, God.
Yep.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
On your elegant steed.
Swiftwind.
Yeah, on Swiftwind, who's not really able to fly with that amount of weight on him.
Right.
Yeah. It's just something to keep in mind.
He's gotta carry him a lady, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so who's leading our party?
I need to get a new hat.
Well, since the other rangers kind of weighed down by a lady and baby, Buck will take the lead and tell Caben to bring up the rear with his other elven eyes. That way we have, people who can spot things well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Swiftwind incapable of flying, or can he fly for minimal small time then come back down?
Yeah, I it's kind of a hard threshold.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say he could get enough air with a running start to do kind of a gliding jump. If if he had a little bit of a ledge to launch off of or something, and he'd probably be able to float back to the ground without just dropping. But yeah, he's not able to take off under just his own power.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's more of a paper airplane Pegasus.
Right now, yeah.
Still better looking than your hearse.
So, Caben, where's your owl?
She's here.
I haven't heard from her or seen her in ages.
Well, owls generally don't talk.
Have you ever heard from her?
I hear her screech. She used to drop off little mouses at your feet. She doesn't do that anymore, Caben.
She's kind of she's here.
Oh. Is she?
Where is she right now?
Here? Flying? With us?
No, I'm... Caben, I'm looking around. I don't see her.
Is she gone?
He's fucking with you.
Okay.
She's there. So
Yeah.
she's wherever you say.
Tell me where she is. She's on a branch up 100 yards ahead. Kate Durian, shut up.
Yeah.
I assume she kind of like flies with us as we're moving, and then maybe we'll like fly ahead, rest on our branch, and fly ahead again. I don't know.
Yeah. Usually Hedwig's kind of soaring through the air with you, because as much as she, doesn't seem to like Swiftwind all that much, she can, kind of fly beside you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I imagine she's probably flitting here and there on trees, sort of.
Yeah, I think I showed her to Philbro when we left off.
Okay.
Like, oh look, I have.
And this is my bird.
This is my bird friend.
And you don't touch my bird because I will kill you.
You never touch.
My boy.
Never come into a man's house and touch his bird.
There are so many jokes I could make that are not appropriate for our audience. Anyway, yeah. So Nina, what are you and what are you doing? Because I guess are you riding with like Walter and Shoshana?
Probably Shoshana more than anything, because I'm sure she's still gonna have a giant vest.
Yeah, so you see her her eyes are a little puffy this morning, and she's just kind of like staring at Buck's back the most of the way and sort of not saying a whole lot. And Walter's like riding beside you as well, and he's just trying desperately to make any small talk. So, Miss Nina, how did your singing go last night? I heard you downstairs. I didn't expect that out of you.
Well, it went fine except for, freaking elves.
Yes, that woman was quite talented as well. Did you not get along with her?
No, she thought my amnesia was, fake and made up.
You have amnesia?
Yes, sadly.
Oh, I'm so sorry, my dear. What can't you remember? Is it something died in your childhood?
Pretty much everything before the age of, was it? Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 16?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really?
Really?
Do you know what caused this?
No idea, and the only person who might know is sadly moved on.
Moved on where? You seem well traveled. I'm sure you could find if need be.
My rescuer of sorts, that left me with a small church of Palor. She died to a chimera.
Oh my. Ah, well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's rather final then.
Yeah, sadly there was nothing I could do but get revenge on the beast.
Well, at least it's a nice day for a horse ride.
Oh yes, it is. It's very well nice day for a horse ride. I feel like riding in this wind I can forget a lot of things.
Oh, I get it. It's an amnesia joke. It's good that you can laugh about these things.
Yeah, amnesia joke. We'll go with that, and not starting to develop real hatred of elves that I don't know about.
He kind of like looks at Buck and Caven's like, well.
I mean, I know about those ones, so they don't count, but just other elves.
Okay then. Shoshana, how are you doing this morning? And he like tries to start a conversation with her. Yeah, so can I get a D100 from Allison?
Buck.
No, Buck's not rolling any dice. Allison.
This is true. All right, you're right.
Oh.
Right. Let's get a good number that doesn't hurt us. 73.
Okay.
Something that gives us experience enough so to level.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you guys make your way throughout the day and night, and you encounter some people along the road. No one of any great importance. A few carts with various goods and the usual amount of beggars and scavengers that you've seen throughout this whole country. And you manage to pass an uneventful night, and the next day make your way to Frieden's Bluff. And as you pull up on this kind of lake coast city, you notice that a lot of the sort of the camps that you've been seeing around other cities aren't really located around the city walls here. They're actually spread out along the shoreline. There are very few people blocking the way into the city proper, though you get the usual kind of shakedown at the gates of proving, hey, do you have money to pay for a stay? No sleeping in the streets. We don't want vagabonds in the city. So do you pay for entry to get in?
I mean, can we just flash them our a giant sack of money without actually having to give them any of it? Saying, yes, we have money.
I don't think that's how bribery works.
Here, look at all this money I have.
Not going to give you any.
What about the letter we have?
Yeah, so you get up to the city gates and one of the guards is talking to you about how it's a lot of extra work for them to be out here all day every day, and it's really unfortunate that goods are getting more expensive, and a letter, I'm sorry sir, I can't read. So yeah, you can give me some kind of roll to avoid paying to get in.
Charismatic guy, do it up.
Yeah, I sort of, maybe I wasn't at the front of the party, but I sort of trounce up and stamp my horse and I say, what's the meaning of this? We have business in the capital, and it's an important business from the south.
I'm sorry, sir. We just have to make sure that expenses are paid.
Lord Durian always pays his debts, especially to those who delay him.
Wait, is he actually a lord or a sir? I can't remember the stuff anymore.
Does not matter. We've come from Orac's Hold. We have important news, and we mean to pass through as quick as possible. If you would hold this up, you would take it up with the Stavrofor.
Well, in that case, I'm sure you're more than happy to pay the entrance fee. Goes to the church. They're buying nets for them people.
I will go and make a private donation on my own recognizance. Shoshana, please read to this gentleman the letter.
She kind of looks at you, Durian, and says, this is kind of how it's done. They actually do take some of the money and give it to the church. And
Shoshana, wouldn't you rather it go directly to the church? All they're doing is...
She kind of rolls her eyes and these people need help too. Many mouths makes for expensive bread.
Yes, I look down and I say, what's the entry fee for a party?
Oh, a gold a person would be right generous, sir.
I count. We've got, 8?
Yep. I think so. I don't know. How many people do you have? 7?
I think it's 7. 1 cleric, 1 jewel crafter person,
we got 3
1
extra people, right?
Okay, yeah.
So 7. So I flick out 3 gold, and I say, that's enough for doing good work out here, and I will triple the donation to the church. Do you disagree with this?
Well, I mean, gold person, sir, and you got more than 3 people.
Yes, but you're in a sense donating to the church too. You do love the church, do you not?
Well, sir, thank you for your free gold, and hope you enjoy the camps out by the lake.
Okay, I will make sure the church knows that they turned down a triple donation. Come on, everyone, to the camps.
Yeah, you do that, sir.
How about we just keep going and not even stay the night?
I ride alongside Durian and I'm like, I don't think he understood what we were talking about.
He understood. We're gonna sow word as we go. The gatesman's keeping the gold for himself and not the church. He turned down this. And I shake a sack of coins as I'm going.
Oh, it's just Gardarian.
Yeah, I think you just get a skull from Shoshana, and she says, "You know what? I'm going to visit the priests." And she hands a gold to the man and goes in.
Shoshana, this is extortion. I call after her.
You must be the stingiest lord that I've ever met.
Oh, I've paid my dues, and over, trust me. Paid plenty. It's still extortion, call it by whatever name you want, or put whatever face you want on it. It's extortion.
Yeah, she, just rides in.
Shoshana, a moment then. If you're going in ahead of us, you will not stay.
What?
I pull out 100 gold, and I hand her a sack of it, and I say, deliver it to the church. I'm just not delivering it to them. I paid what I thought was a fair due. This is extortion. I will not be a part of it.
She grabs the gold, flicks 2 more to the guys out there, and rides off.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, so I guess as we're riding away, I say, Buck, say what you want. They're just taking advantage of the poverty and the desperation around here. Call me stingy on one hand, but isn't this doing the right thing more? Dorian would have, from a year ago, would have snuck into the city and...
Yeah, but I don't think the rest of us would be able to sneak in. But you also probably would have ended up in jail and naked and...
Quit dodging the point. You know I'm right here.
Yes, but what are we going to do about it? We're not going to change this.
Question.
Why am I right for the... What's wrong about what I'm saying? Here's a man who is making far more than the people he's holding up, letting in the line, literally by just being a bouncer. And these are refugees.
I agree with you, but,
I agree with you, but what?
I turn around jokingly to the party and say, do you guys want me to have, principles or not? Because I shrug and I ride off to the camp. I leave.
All right. Yeah, cool. So you lead the way. Does anyone else, does everyone else want to sleep outside the city?
I asked Dorian, are you sleeping in the camp?
There was nothing in Tamrin's Fall that made it any better or worse. We have what we need, and we need to get going.
So, are we passing through? Because some of us are going inside.
Are you going inside?
I'm wondering what's going on with the party.
No, I will stay out here.
Well, guys, it's late evening, so...
Guys, I'm not going anywhere, and if you care to join Shoshana, that's fine. I disagree. We've been through this, real talk for a moment. We've been through this whole country, and these are the leavings that we can lay on the doorstep of the CN Council, right? They did not let anybody in their country. They just shuffled them right along to this country who was poor to begin with.
It's the CN didn't help anyone, even the elven thing. But at the same time, it would be a little bit harsh just to leave it on the CN. You have to put blame on Platinus.
Oh, of course. I'm not trying to delve into the whole politics, Nina. What I'm saying is that the people of Ariadnish are the ones left holding the stinking bag of shit that is this problem, and they could either buck up and say, like we saw down south earlier, without this... Okay, so when we first arrived in Oryx Hold, I announced myself as Sir Durian. I paid a fee to guardsmen, and I was asked to make a donation to the temple and to aid, and I did. Now here, we just have people who are profiteering off of the misery as we get closer to the capital, as more time has passed. I think that's backsliding.
Mm-hmm. I'll agree with that. But...
Okay, but... So are you sleeping out here, or...
Yes, Caitlin, I will sleep out here. You guys do what you want. I'm tired. I'll sleep out. I'll find a spot and put a bedroll down.
I'm going to keep an eye on Shoshana.
We should all.
And I'm gonna pretend I'm not, but
we should all either be in or out, and some of us are going in, so you should come in.
Let's just all go in. Let's just go in.
I will go
look
and
around.
provide what comfort I can to these people in the form of music.
Yeah, I mean, Caben, if
You do
you and
that.
your
Cool. So it sounds like Durian's gonna go about the coast for a while everyone else is heading in.
I'm not going
I don't know. Well,
far.
are we all-
Yeah. The city's right on the lake.
I'm staying with Durian. I'll send Filverell and Swiftwind in with the rest of the party.
I mean, I can watch them for you if you want.
Yes, I would appreciate that, Nina. Thank you.
Um,
Oh, you're
Buck,
not
are you
coming?
staying out?
I'll be in there. I just the venturing party, buddy system. So
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to stay safe? No, please do.
yeah, I'll be in there later.
Oh, excellent. Keep Sir Durian safe. I'm not so certain he's careful enough sometimes.
Sometimes me too.
Buck,
Yes,
are
I've
you-
noticed. And she pats
Going in,
her,
yes,
her
yes.
belly as she climbs down.
I was gonna say if
You
you
know-
were. Yeah, I'm going in. I was gonna say if you were staying out, I was.
No,
just gonna
I'm
ask
going
for
in
thing,
for
but-
like the 4th time. I'm not
Yeah.
staying out.
All right. And so yeah, Filverell grabs your horse's reins, Nina, and is just leading you guys into the city.
I sent
and-
Swiftwind with them. I don't want to take him into the camps with us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then she leads him into the city.
Yeah.
And
Can
she
I-
like as she gets up, Nina, you hear her say jerking her finger at Durian, who's riding off to the guard, like, "Oh yes, he paid for the 3 of us. He thinks he's above all that." And the guard's like, "Oh yeah, I see a lot of that. Go ahead in, love. Woman
It
in
makes no
woman
sense
in your
because
condition should be comfortable."
I'm I'm knighted
Maybe
and yet
Jimmy, you're not there.
Wait. Hold on a second. What did the guard just say?
He said a woman in your condition should sleep in comfort or something?
Yeah. What?
Filverell's pregnant, dumbass.
I
Keep up.
know, but Nina didn't know. I didn't think we actually knew just yet.
Filverell's visibly pregnant.
You could tell.
Oh, I
You
thought
never
you said
know.
that
She
we
could just
know
be
because
carrying
we-
it awkwardly. You know,
I thought you said
Oh,
we didn't
you've-
actually notice just
you've
yet.
eaten a lot of elven
Oh,
oats.
well, like maybe at this point Nina cottons on as she's kind of holding her stomach, and she might be playing it up a little bit for the guard too. But yeah, you see at this point that she's visibly pregnant.
Oh.
Oh dear.
And suddenly something start making sense.
Buck is starting to make note. I need to teach her the birds and the bees. I guess now that I have
No,
both
as
sides.
as in a certain ranger's attitude the other night because Caven didn't actually drop the bomb.
Ah, gotcha. Cool. Yeah. So
That
it
is
sounds
tough.
like the 3 of you are heading in, while Caben, are you just leading Durian's horse now that you don't have one?
Am I
no,
leading
I was
his
gonna.
horse?
What I was trying to say was I dismount and walk next to him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you guys head out to the coast. And like I said, you can see that Frieden's Bluff, excuse me, is right on the lake. So it's like a decently sized village, built up with several docks with fishing vessels, as well as kind of spreading along the lake shore.
Yeah.
On the outside of the city. There are, shacks and stuff that look like they were here before the whole refugee influx started. And as well, there are also tents set up kind of lining the shore. So I guess it's up to you. Where would you like to go?
I'm following Durian.
Yeah. Durian, where would you like to go?
Or Shoshana, following Shoshana, maybe. She's going to talk to a priest.
Yeah. So I I'm not really paying attention to where we're going. I'm heading towards the coast. I see some tents. About how far away you said?
Yeah, I mean they're kind of spread out along the coast for quite a while. It looks like I said, most of the refugees that would normally be circled around the city for protection along the walls are lined up along the coasts.
Is there a grouping of them that's obvious, or like somewhere where maybe some goods are being traded of some sort, or just?
Yeah, I mean you can see several like little like marketplace areas sort of spread out. Like these camps, you've been through them before, though maybe not in. I don't think you've like gone into sort of these tent city type areas in a while. And yeah, you can see like a little makeshift market where a lot of it is people selling fish, like fresh fish caught from fishing boats or from just people with hand nets. Though there are other things being sold here and there as well. Some essentials, thread for sewing clothing and pots for cooking and that kind of thing. Certainly nothing extravagant at any of these like the like makeshift stalls that have popped up.
So despite it getting late and it being crowded, I kind of am pointed towards the shoreline so that I'd end up closer there. And, a market that's kind of near there. So if there's clusterings of them, I'm headed to one that's kind of closer to the shoreline.
Sure.
But I'm not, I'm just pointed there and I'm kind of just, I'm more walking, like looking down and not saying much, so.
Okay. Yeah, I think as you go along, you do pick up a trail of, children dressed in rags and begging for any copper coins that you can spare, anything that can help, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I don't know, even though they're clustering and sort of maybe grabbing at things, I don't notice for maybe 20 or 30 feet even. And then I look and I reach in and I drop a handful of copper, to the tune of like 30 copper or something like that.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I think you do that, and the kids kind of fall away, like grabbing for the coins and yelling, "Thank you, sir."
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I played my flute.
I know the most memorable time you played your flute.
Define flute.
Oh my God, Josh.
We were all laughing.
It was a lot simpler not too long ago. I feel like we've been in and out of the wilderness too many times now.
I feel like you've been in the wilderness a lot more than we have not been in lately.
Well, when you're a rat for a while, it's a little bit difficult to
we
spend lots of time in the city.
We were in the Spellscars Plains for like 3-4 weeks?
Yeah, for a while.
Am I still a rat?
Yeah, I just remembered that. You are. So actually, this is the second day that you've been traveling. So give me...
No one bats an eye. They're like,
2
whatever.
fortitude saves. No, I'll assume at this point you would have cast...
I had a fresh spell list, so I would have...
Yeah. Plenty of spells. But give me 2 fortitude saves. Ooh. Okay. So I think you're at the point where you've lost the tail and muzzle completely, and you started to shed, but you still have some of the fur and whiskers and much more buck teeth type deal in your mouth than you were before. You would have been very obviously strange. So can we say just to not have to?
No. I felt better, but getting closer to the city, I cast a spell. But maybe I'm reverting a bit now. I don't know. Like maybe I let the spell lapse walking out, depending on the timing. I mean, I'll let you decide the timing.
Sure. Like you probably have another half hour of it.
I have whiskers, but I have a human face, or just an ugly human face.
You're like furry all over still.
Okay.
Like you would be
Another 30
noticeably
minutes.
not human. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
you got-
And then so let's say I've used how many spells? 1 or 2?
Just one. You're
Okay.
still because it lasts for an hour and a half. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is a level alter self is 2. Okay, got it. Yeah, so that's what I say to Gaben. I kind of say like I haven't played my instruments in a long time.
Well,
Yeah, and I think as you're going along, you see like a pair of kids just like play fighting with sticks. And these two boys are just kind of making more noise than a real warrior would, and obviously leaving their guard open in certain areas. But as you watch, one of them like whaps the other kid in the arm, and he goes "ow" and drops his stick. And the victorious one raises his sword and says, "Yes, I am the best dragon warrior of ever. Woo!" Yeah, and I think we'll leave you off on that image as the rest of the party heads into the city. So I think Buck, you or Nina, you said you were going to follow Shoshana in, right?
I said I would probably end up following her a little bit further behind, though.
Yeah.
Not like directly behind her, creeping.
Yeah, I mean, she got a big old bag of gold on her, so you want to make sure she's safe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe see what she's doing because Durian's being all like moody or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you follow her through the city, and you see that it's fairly packed. Like a lot of the well-to-do merchants or travelers have obviously like gotten into the city, paid to get in, paid to get rooms. It's fairly boisterous and there's a lot of bustle around the area. And you and Nina, are you just going to follow Shoshana to like as far as she's going, or like she passes by several inns that look like they have space?
She said she was going to talk to a priest or something, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably next to Shoshana, so...
Okay, you like ride up to her, Nina?
I'm just trailing behind.
Cool. Yeah, so she kind of turns as you ride up next to her, Nina, and says, "Oh, I see Durian didn't manage to convince you to stay outside just for his pride. And Buck came with you too."
Oh, Durian, one of the only real things he has is, well, pride. Sometimes it lets him get to the better of him, sometimes, it's actually managed in the right place.
Well, I hate to say it, but he's got good looks too. Except, which face is his real face? It is the red-haired one, right? Not the blonde.
Oh, yeah.
And she kind of like, throws her hair
Yes, it's the redhead one. I can guarantee you that one.
He is the many-faced god.
Well, he was looking a lot better this morning. At least he didn't have the snout anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand his pride, having to hold on to his pride, given his current situation. I'd be really prideful having that kind of appearance.
Well, the gods say that pride is the downfall of man. At least, my god does.
I'm pretty sure pride's a downfall of many people, not just men.
That's true. Thanks, Nina. I appreciate you sticking with me. Truth be told, these cities are a little more dangerous than they used to be. Usually a priest like myself doesn't have to worry about that, but she kind of shrugs. So, are you coming to the temple with me?
Yeah, I mean, I'll come with you wherever you go. I mean,
these are my own personal bodyguard.
Buck's kind of like back behind them, like...
I
just don't want to wander off by myself. That's boring.
I think you have another bodyguard, though. I think he's trying to be less... well...
I like wave as Nina's talking.
less, what's the word?
Of an insensitive ass?
Well, like he just wants to give you some
Buck's like, well,
personal
I can say that.
space. Well, he figures out what he still did wrong.
Oh.
They're a little bit slow when it comes to these things. You understand?
Men, yes, of course I do.
Buck's like, okay.
You're not hearing any of this, Buck. You said you were staying back a ways, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not like 60 feet behind. I was like...
Yeah, they're having a whispered conversation.
Yeah, here I am thinking I'm hearing all this, and you just kept letting me reply.
I didn't want to yell at you too much. But yeah, like she looks at you, Nina, and says, well, you treated me like a whore. That's one thing.
Yeah,
For myself,
I mean,
I'm a strong, independent woman.
I know. He didn't think like that. Sorry.
What was that?
You know,
What's that?
that was Luna, by the way.
Sounded like a
very
cat.
weird noise.
It sounded like a mogwai.
It's someone saying "pat me" for a second.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Yes, well, I mean,
yeah, like,
sure you know how it is.
I mean,
Cute
I
young woman like
understand.
yourself has to get that all the time.
Say what?
Well, I mean, you do have and she like points to an acid burn scar on your neck, but like it didn't get your face, so a lot of men will see right past that.
All right.
It just proves you're tough. Oh, ooh, does that scare them away? I guess I didn't think. How does a woman warrior like yourself, well, date?
She pauses for a second, like, you know.
Is Nina like bright scarlet at this point, or is she like?
No, I mean, she's just sort of entirely dumbfounded. Might be the best word to describe it. You know, I haven't even considered dating because I've been moving around so much.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure you still get plenty of attention, even if you're not looking for it.
Thinks
No?
back for a second. Durian,
I think
think
there's
about it, I
been
haven't
one or
really
two
noticed.
NPCs that have hit on Nina.
It's with the low wisdom, high int, hasn't ever realized it.
Maybe not. Yeah. So is Nina like realizing now because Shoshana's asking you, well, what do
Sorry about the
men
music,
see
guys.
when they
There's like
talk?
an ice cream truck outside my window.
Go get one, Kev.
Now that you
It's a-
mention it, I've never
It's
thought
going
about
so
it.
slow.
Yes. Well, okay, guys, reining it back in. She looks at you and says, well, I mean, if you're ever interested in that kind of thing, I can help you out. Help you pick out a nice dress, maybe a good scarf, that I'm sorry, are you don't seem like the overly sensitive type. Can I talk about it?
No. I mean, I already have this really nice dress, and it is still a really nice dress because I believe I dropped a crap load of gold on it, did I not?
Yeah, no, you got it free from the king, I think. It's been forever, I forget. It's a nice dress.
Yeah, it's just, now I think about it, I've never really paid attention to what men were saying. And as you pause for a second, I wonder how many times Durian has hit on me.
Oh, Durian? He hit on me 3 times this morning. I'm sure just, like, by now it's, what's the term? White noise. It's just static in the background.
It does feel that way after a while. I think I might have just...
Yeah, so ignored him. Tell you what, Nina, my dear, we are going to get some drinks tonight and go out on the town, and we'll just see what happens. And she, like, pats your shoulder and says, well, we're here, and dismounts in front of the local temple to Paylor. And I think that's a good time for our first break.
Sounds
Okie
good. We're going to take a quick break, guys. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. We'll be back in about 5-7 minutes.